Imagine, what single weapon comes to your mind when you picture power, reliability, innovation, influence, and an untold body count that spans lifetimes of warfare? And used to cost $89.95 at your local sporting goods store. You might want to sit down for this one.
Hello, beautiful viewer. I have some good news for you. The 90s called. The 1890s. Yes, you've already seen the title and intro. This video is going to be about everybody's favorite noisemaker and potentially blunt object, the Mosin Nagant. I promise I'll do something a little more modern for the next video, so just bear with me. Yes, this hunk of wood and steel has been kicking butts and taking countries since the Second Industrial Revolution, and has been instrumental to many other revolutions after that. So let's talk about it. Also remember, it's the 1890s, and you need to go out and dig your body weight in coal, or else your 10 children will starve to death. Come on. So you may be somebody who is familiar with the Mosin in pop culture. Surely you've seen one of these pop up in war flicks from time to time, or you've been playing video games and you've been smoked by some murder hobo loot gremlin carrying one of these alongside a can of beans and nothing else. So why does such an outdated rifle stay so popular over 130 years after its introduction in 1891? I'll make it simple for you. At least they used to be. Honestly, I don't even know if I own anything else that has been relatively unchanged for that long.
Cars? Toilets? This abomination?
Back on topic, these things were a staple in every American's blooming gun collections due to the fact that 37 million of them were made over the course of the last century or more. And you guessed it, a shitload of them made it here. I personally know that for a fact because that is why this is the first gun I ever bought. They were just imports containing crates and crates of these things soaked in cosmoline and Russian vodka nightmares, recently abandoned by their former Soviet owners and ready to hit store shelves at sporting goods stores and pawn shops all across the United States. Which, along with the near bottomless supply of cheap 7.62 by 54 rimmed ammunition that came with these imports, made these ideal for anybody that wanted to blow a fist-sized hole in anything that lives in North America for the low price of having a positive checking balance and a firm handshake. And by the way, this caliber is still in service to this day, which I'm pretty sure puts it up there as the longest serving cartridge in any military ever. Because the Russians also prefer to blow fist-sized holes in two-legged game on every corner of the globe. So we've established that they are cheap, they're powerful, and they are everywhere. So you would think that would leave the collecting and hunting community satisfied, right? Having a historical yet functional war relic that has been used in, well, anywho, if you think the historical value of these things was widely appreciated by 100% of their owners, you're wrong. Due to the historically low prices and excessive availability, paired with everybody in America owning a hacksaw and unchecked access to Harbor Freight, these things were commonly chopped up and disfigured into something I would like to call
mid-2000s gun show shit, brother.
Now you might be thinking, did I ever do this? No. Don't be silly. I did that to a much more collectible German K98K from World War II. You can fight me about this if you want to, but I will warn you, I will cry. More on this shitter at a later time. So looking past that cruel bit of irony, I have always had a good fond relationship with the Mosin Nagant and its variants. They have been used in basically every major and minor conflict over the last century. And the fact that so many nations used them made them widely available in the surplus market. So despite my tendencies to endlessly poke fun at the Mosin Nagant, I own several of them. I just think they're cool as hell. First up, as we have already seen, this is the bare bones 9130, which is where my giant stupid gun collection you see behind me started over 13 years ago.
It's the definitive first surplus rifle in most gun collections and is famous for being the most robust object you'll ever own, while also needing the strength of 10 men to operate. It is simply the updated version of the original 1891 rifle, which the name implies a date of said updates being in 1930. The 9130 sets both bars for being a standard military-issued bolt-action rifle, where it only gets way better or way worse. No in between.
Next, we've got a bit of a treat. This is a 9130 PU sniper model, which is essentially a 9130 that was hand-picked for accuracy capability and outfitted with a PU scope, a bent bolt handle to clear said scope, and a slightly better trigger.
This allowed the rifle to extend its effective range to 800 meters potentially. The PU sniper was used to great effect, and it was possibly the most produced and fielded sniper rifle of World War II. It has also continued in official service decades later.
Third, we have an M44 Carbine, which is a considerably shortened variant of the Mosin Nagant, and it was intended for urban combat in World War II. It also comes from the factory with a permanently fixed folding bayonet.
This little firecracker will separate your soul from this plane of existence and set your clothes on fire before you hit the ground. And holy hell, I can't imagine ever firing this in a building without earplugs. Observe. Also, who needs flashbang grenades when you've got one of these?
And finally, we have a Finnish-made M27 infantry rifle, which at first glance looks just like any ordinary Mosin Nagant. But hear me out.
Holy shit, you guys. Finish Mosin Nagant. I'm better than you. Simo Haya.
Finland!
Money was never an object. Superior craftsmanship. What the f*** are Arshans? Gucci garbage rod.
And that's it. I hope this video was somewhat insightful and taught you about why the Mosin Nagant is still so popular to this day, and why you can't seem to stop seeing them in all of your modern FPS games. But unfortunately, the Mosin Nagants in the United States are dwindling day by day, and new imports are very unlikely. So the best time to get one is yesterday, if you're interested. And lastly, I want to give a huge thanks to all of you for watching my videos. This channel has been gaining a lot of traction lately, and I wasn't expecting that. In fact, the last video I made about the M1 Carbine reached over 1,000 views before I can get this one uploaded. And my subscriber count has actually, I think, tripled since then, which is really cool, and I really appreciate that. So, of course, more content coming soon. Thanks again for watching, and take care.